Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am doing a reading for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. If you would like me to channel a specific message for you and your situation, be sure to like this video and also double check that you are subscribed, because by taking these two actions, by liking and subscribing, this is a form of energetic transfer, and this transfer of energy allows me to pick up more easily on the details of your current situation. So right away, the first card to come out here is the Page of Pentacles in the upright position. And I heard the word goals. I feel like someone I am channeling here may be experiencing some kind of a shift in focus when it comes to their goals, their career, their finances. Something about this feels very much like a material goal or thing that actually carries with it a very spiritual energy, regardless of whether it looks that way on the surface. I see that it's like the combining of someone's spiritual mission and purpose with material success and abundance is taking place. I literally see this like blending of energies happening in the 5D, in the energetic realm for you, where those two aspects, the material and the spiritual, are being combined and really opening up this pathway through which a lot of what we traditionally consider abundance, success, those types of manifestations are going to continuously flow into your life, whoever I'm speaking to here. I'm also getting the letters F, E, and M for someone. These could be letter initials for someone listening. It could resemble some kind of a word. This also could simply stand for the feminine. So I might be channeling a subset of feminine energy specifically. And of course, do keep in mind these masculine and feminine labels are just labels. So take them as they connect with the energy you are experiencing, because we all do have a balance of inner masculine and inner feminine energies within us as well. A card flew out a minute ago while I was speaking. And this card is, oh wow, okay. Here we have the Nine of Cups, but it flew out in the reverse position. And so the Nine of Cups really stands for manifestation, which is so synchronistic with everything we've been speaking about here. You stepping into this really powerful manifestational energy. But what my guides are saying is you need to be aware at this time that the powerful energy you are accumulating, that you are feeling, I'm picking up that some of this may actually be external as well, meaning it could be coming from collective shifts taking place that you are empathically absorbing from astrological events or changes, especially with it being the time of the equinox as well. And I feel someone's guides here saying, know that this energy of power can go both directions, meaning it can cause you to feel intensely either way, depending on how you harness it and how you use it, because the Nine of Cups coming out reverse stands for shattered dreams, nightmares, unhappiness, feeling unfulfilled. So what I see this card reverse resembling are the fears that sometimes come up along this path of manifesting this combination of your spiritual purpose being combined with material success, with any earthly goals, 3D goals you may have, so to speak. But this card reverse represents that sometimes along that path, these fears will grow up as well and potentially will present themselves as obstacles that you may find yourself needing to move through. This is really interesting. I wasn't expecting any of these messages to come out here, but I do want to know What does this person need to know who is feeling these fears coming up around their goals and dreams? Okay, so the main message here is this is temporary, with the Five of Pentacles in the upright position representing a temporary loss or a temporary negative change in circumstances. Sometimes this card can represent homelessness, but really I'm feeling this more in a spiritual, abstract way for someone. A spiritual homelessness, a feeling of not really having a home here on this earth, metaphorically, not really feeling as though you've ever quite been able to call this earth home in this lifetime, feeling a bit lonely at times, or again, potentially suffering some kind of a temporary negative period of time in your life in the recent past that has been very difficult for you. But the message coming through from your guides is very strongly this is temporary. Whatever you're going through will pass. That's what I'm hearing. And if you've been looking for clarity, so if something has specifically been causing you to feel really foggy in your energy, to feel muddy or to feel confused, I'm specifically hearing that you are going to be blessed with a greater sense of clarity as you continue to step forward and focus on the positive aspects of wherever you are currently in whatever way you possibly can do this. I keep seeing something about 3 months, so that could be a significant amount of time for someone, but I also see that this could be your guide saying that this clarity, the greater sense of clarity you are seeking, whether I'm getting for some, this actually could be in your love life. Again, this could be in a work situation, a financial situation, but I'm hearing that within 3 months you will be receiving a deeper sense of clarity. Yeah, that's absolutely confirmed for someone, because I'm also seeing the month of December being that time when the clarity begins to come more strongly into your mind and then begins to allow you to tap in more deeply to the more positive side of this manifesting energy. Again, only take these messages as they resonate. As I always say, it's really my only goal here to help you connect with what your intuition, what your guides, what your higher self, whatever divine forces you connect with, have already been communicating to you personally, subconsciously. So I hope that something I say or something I share can trigger that remembrance or recognition of the knowing that is already there within yourself. And of course, if something doesn't resonate, always remember to just leave it here and to know that that is a message probably meant for someone else listening. So as I was speaking, the card Four of Wands in the reversed position came out. I'm feeling that there's someone here who has been struggling to find their voice within a family situation. So this could be you, this could be an energy you are connected with, because we very often channel for high-level soulmates and twin flame situations. And when you are so deeply energetically connected to another individual, what happens is there is a lot of energetic transference. With twin flames, this is an immense amount of energetic transference that is very profound and very instantaneous. And so we can often pick up on things that are happening for these other counterpart souls as well. So again, this could be you, this could be a counterpart situation, but someone here is feeling either a sense of disappointment over a delayed reunion in love, or they are struggling to find their voice with their family. And in fact, I'm getting that for a subset of people listening, these two dynamics actually go together. So it may be this person struggling to really find their own voice and to have the confidence to fully stand up for themselves and solidify their authentic sense of self around family members. Or I'm hearing also for some, this might not necessarily be their direct family, but this could be societal or community conditions, or I keep wanting to say rules, almost laws, but it's like a cultural law, a cultural rule. I don't know who I'm speaking to here, but I'm getting that there's someone here who has been very much afraid to fully stand up for themselves and to go against the wind. I'm getting to go against what other people around them might see as correct or right for them. And I'm getting that, again, for someone listening, this may have to do specifically with a love situation. So this person still working on finding their footing, on being able to fully, openly speak their truth, may actually be blocking some open communication between themselves and this counterpart, and also blocking this movement forward. And two cards came out here from the Starseed Oracle. Of course, I went to reach for those cards. I look up and 1111 is on the recording timer. So this is a number of manifestation of things shifting in a positive direction. So I actually see whoever is dealing with this situation. I feel this shifting. I feel this opening up. Yeah, we have the card, the courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. And we also have all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, trust your gaze within. So for whoever was feeling that sense of spiritual homelessness here on earth, the card all paths lead home is saying that, wow, that word leads really stands out. I heard you are a leader. You don't feel like you fit in and belong because you weren't meant to settle into a broken, energetic dynamic here on earth. You were meant to elevate it. You are not a settler, you are an elevator. So you are creating your own home. It's like you are building a home. Metaphorically, here on earth, you are building an identity for yourself. You are doing something very different. Someone may even be literally building, buying a home, thinking about buying a home or moving, because that home metaphoric imagery is coming out really strong. I heard the name Joanne or John for someone. So, with the courageous peony, letting yourself be seen, I feel this connects with that throat chakra energy and the family situation that was coming up. Someone here is struggling to allow their true spiritual, authentic self to be fully seen. And I do feel this dynamic involving family, a delayed reunion, this difficulty allowing yourself to be seen. Again, this could be impacting the physical masculine or the physical feminine in your situation if you are connected with this counterpart soul. So with that being said, in the extended version of the reading on Patreon, I'm going to be channeling more specifically on how this blocked throat chakra energy that may involve family or delayed reunion could be affecting both the masculine and feminine here. Now, if there aren't an external masculine and feminine involved in your situation, you can take these extended messages to actually apply to your internal masculine and feminine energies within yourself. So that will be channeled on Patreon, and the link to this extended reading is in the pinned comment and description box under this video if you would like to join our beautiful soul tribe on Patreon and access these extended readings. Okay, so with this new kind of counterpart soul energy coming up here, whether it's a high level soulmate situation, a twin flame, someone you are very much connected to, I'm sensing now in this reading this connectedness potentially to another, whether this is someone you've met, someone you've known for a long time. I'm getting that this is a very ancient connection as well, meaning it stems many lifetimes. And with the death card reversed, I channeled in a recent mini reading, which my mini readings are just readings that I channel between these main readings, which are always on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I talked about a connection to a masculine feeling like it was being resurrected from the dead, metaphorically speaking, for a divine feminine. So I do recommend going and exploring that reading if the upcoming messages do connect with you. But this death card reversed, the reason I brought that reading up is because this was the dominant card that really spurred many of those messages and came out in that reading as well, which tells me this may be the same situation coming through for some of you listening. This card represents an inability to move forward, I'm hearing fear of starting over and repeating the past. How is someone here afraid of repeating the past? Wow. Okay, so the Four of Wands came out here again, and earlier the Four of Wands came out reversed, and I said it felt like someone had some kind of a block, maybe involving their family, around communication, around the throat chakra, being afraid to show their true authentic self, and having this negatively impact a love situation. But now with this card coming out upright, I see that this represents the strongest dominant desire on the heart space for whoever I'm bringing through in this reading. And this is reunion. This is coming together. This is coming home. I feel that both you and this person you are connected to share that feeling of homelessness. For some reason, I'm getting that some masculines that are coming through here may have moved a lot when they were younger or never really felt settled in one place. This also could be a feminine I'm channeling for some. But for some, there is this literal sense of I never could really find an actual physical home or a place to just be, to feel like myself, to feel like I belonged. And this is a mutual feeling, but the reason is because both of you are very highly spiritual souls with a spiritual mission here on earth that transcends what most people can comprehend, which created this feeling of differentness that seemed to follow you through your life. I feel like you were both always kind of feeling like the odd one out. I'm seeing someone even in elementary school, middle school, in their early years, feeling like they just never quite were able to belong. You may have been, I'm hearing for someone, you may have even been called weird by other people, or you may have been bullied when you were younger, or this person might have been. There was just always this sense of not quite belonging. This is almost like an inner child wound coming up here as well. But the reason that you never felt like you belonged is because you carry a kind of spiritual light and power that attracts, I don't want to say attracts the darkness to you, because you attract many amazing, abundant, wonderful things into your life. But I'm getting that just like moth to a flame, you attract all kinds of things. And at times, you've attracted negative attention, jealousy that has projected itself in certain ways, even in your youth, because subconsciously, others have always been able to pick up on your light. And so they labeled it as weird, as a projection of their own inner feeling of inferiority or insecurity, or even jealousy, but they would never actually admit that it was jealousy causing them to label and judge you in this way. And a lot of this coming through feels like something that may have even happened again as a young child, through your school age years, through young adulthood. But this again feels like a very shared dynamic. I feel that these two souls I'm channeling, this masculine and feminine, if there are two external people involved here, they both went through these types of experiences, but with each other, they found this sense of home, this sense of belonging. Now, of course, we, especially for those of you on a twin flame journey, we are really being taught how to build that spiritual home for ourselves, how to find that sense of comfort, stability, security within ourselves. So I'm not promoting codependency between yourself and any other, including the physical form of your twin flame. I'm simply speaking to the fact that with this other physical person, if there's another person involved here, you found this small sense of, wow, I feel like I can share my mind with you. I feel like I belong with you. And the reason there was this feeling is because you share the same spiritual depth, meaning at the quantum level, you have the same core soul frequency. And because of this, there's this feeling of sameness between you that both of you are able to pick up on. But for the masculine here, he may have not been able to find all of those spiritual words to describe it: soulmate, twin flame, shared core soul frequency, similar energy. He may have simply just said to himself, when I'm with you, I feel like I'm at home for the first time. And this masculine, if there's a separation, he is really missing his home, or in other words, missing you at this time. Yeah, missed opportunities, out of control, left behind. This masculine is feeling left behind. unrequited love, the Knight of Cups reversed, a fragile sense of identity. Yeah, this masculine is feeling like, I don't really know who I am anymore. And his spirit guides are really pushing him to find that sense of identity within himself, because again, as especially for those of you dealing with the twin flame situation, as twin flames, we are actually here to, in part, heal these patterns of codependency that run very deep in collective consciousness and replace those patterns with unconditional love that starts with and inherently must start with unconditional self-love. So again, it goes back to building that spiritual home within yourself. But I feel this masculine is reaching for you energetically, emotionally, because he hasn't yet learned or is in the process of learning to stabilize that sense of home within himself, to be more comfortable with himself. But he's not there yet fully, which is why he is feeling such a deep sense of, I'm hearing confusion, but mixed with sadness, loss, uncertainty. I feel that in the past, what may have caused disconnect, or if there's a separation, this may have caused a current 3D separation, is that this masculine may have tried to use you, divine feminine, as a kind of bridge because he was afraid to feel his own emotions. He was afraid to tap into his own deep spiritual nature. So he may have tried to use you as a sort of proxy for that emotional self-reconnection he wasn't ready at the time to establish within himself. So regardless of what the specific circumstances were around the 3D separation, I feel this separation happened on a divine level, on a spiritual level, because this masculine spirit guides were pushing him to emotionally self-reconnect, to spiritually self-reconnect. I hear them saying it was necessary, it had to happen for this to be able to move forward in a harmonious way. But we also have the card very soon coming out here. This could be the same situation that someone listening has been struggling to find clarity about. So once again, we have the message that within the next 3 months, as that message came out earlier or very soon, you may see a shifting from confusion and uncertainty into clarity, whether that is clarity happening, manifesting in your external world with something that this masculine clearly communicates to you, because I'm getting clear communication for some from this masculine, but I'm also getting this could be an internal sense of clarity that comes as well regarding something that may have been causing you a lot of uncertainty, confusion, causing you to feel stalled or unable to move forward. So expect that energy to shift. Also, with clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I'm getting that in the meantime, clarify your vision, and not necessarily even involving this specific person, but in general, what do you want from your life? What would your ideal life, your ideal self look like, behave like? What would they be doing on a daily basis? How would they care for themselves? How would they show up for themselves? And in general terms, what do you desire from a partner, from a relationship? Because if this is a true twin flame connection or a very high level soulmate connection, these connections are only 3D sustainable when we do first that inner work within ourselves, and when we do shift our energy in those powerful ways, these very high level soulmate connections become magnetized very quickly into our lives. So this situation is requiring a lot of trust. In fact, the trust card came out here as well. This situation is calling for you to have faith, is what this card says. And it feels like this is a good place to kind of pause or to move forward from this segment of the reading on YouTube. But in the extended, I will be channeling more information on how this masculine coming through here is feeling at this time, what he is consciously thinking and feeling about his life, about you, divine feminine. And also, I will be channeling information about how this energy could potentially be shifting very soon with the very soon card here, or even more specifically within the next 3 months by the month of December. So that further information will be on Patreon And of course, the link to that extended reading is in the pinned comments and description box under this video. But for now, I am just going to be channeling into what your spirit guides want you to know most at this time. So, what are some guidance messages that the collective listening here, resonating with this reading, can take with them throughout the rest of this week? What does someone need to know at this time? And I instantly felt someone going through a lot of turbulence, almost like the turbulence you feel on an airplane. And my guides are using that metaphor because they're saying that when you feel turbulence on an airplane, and sorry, my voice cracked there a little bit, which can sometimes indicate that there's some type of shift in the throat chakra and communication happening. So this could be related to the turbulence you are feeling. So what my guides are saying is when you feel turbulence on an airplane, you know that you're still going to get from point A to point B. You're still going to make it to your destination, but this turbulence can bring up temporary feelings of fear. But know that you have the most experienced pilot on the planet, which is that deep, ancient part of yourself within that knows the way, that is feeding you guidance. It's like a guidance system, a GPS navigator pulling you through the storms. So the only thing for you to do is to tap in more to that inner guidance, to remain connected to that, and to trust the pilot, so to speak. Trust the way that you are being guided, the way that you are being led, and hold in your heart that you are going to make it to your destination. Because as I was channeling that imagery, we get one of the most beautiful cards in the traditional tarot deck, and this is the Sun card. This card, if there was just one word to sum up this card in a very short kind of energetic word phrase, it would be yes. This is a card of yes. Positivity, optimism, freedom, everything happening for you. A strong sense of confidence in yourself, being able to openly self-express, even good luck. If you've been trying to manifest something and been telling yourself that this is somehow against the odds for you, or that somehow it seems unlikely that this would happen. I feel someone trying to manifest something where people would say, oh, but so few people actually make it doing that or make a living doing that, or whatever the case is. I'm hearing your guides say that you aren't playing in the realm of luck and odds. You are aligning with the vision of yourself doing that thing that already is an outcome for you as you rise to that highest vibrational timeline, meaning it's already set in place and you have only to align with the version of yourself that is doing it, if that makes sense. This is a really beautiful card to come out from the deck. What else does the collective need to know here? You have a High Priestess, mystery, intuition. Someone may be connecting with the number 2 or specifically 222. Intuition, inner knowing, self-trust, spiritual insight, and I'm feeling guided to read the affirmation on this card. And of course, the affirmation is, my inner knowledge is my best guide of all and in all situations and circumstances. So continue to stand in that High Priestess energy and trust the guidance, trust the knowing. With the Hierophant in the reverse position, I see non-conformity, someone doing something unconventional in their life or relationships, challenging tradition. This may go back to that energy of radiating your authentic self, even if other people around you feel triggered by it, again, to project out some of their own jealousy or insecurity or whatever the case is. And in fact, people may have done this subconsciously much of your life because of the light that you carry, but you are learning how to be fearless in your self-expression, how to not be afraid to challenge tradition, meaning challenging the way that things have been done here on planet Earth or within this society, within your culture, within your community. And that is such a beautiful and brave thing and act truly of self-love. Wow, what a powerful place to close this reading. I'm just going to pull one final Rumi Oracle card, one final message to leave you with this week. Whirling Goddess. And I'm going to close by reading a little bit from the guidebook here. Lose your head. Not a single thread that has a head can go through the eye of a needle. There is somewhere you are meant to be. It is here now in this moment. There is a gift right under your nose, and fragrant wine in your glass, gleaming red as the most precious rubies. To be here now, you must pass through the keyhole, but your head will tell you that it is not possible unless the door is unlocked, even though your body is passing through the keyhole of that locked door into the endless world beyond. Leave your mind to be in its struggles for a moment, without you laying witness to it. This oracle brings you a message. You are at the point of growth where your mind can hold you back rather than urge you forward. If you have, like so many, used your mind to support you, to shore up your sense of self in the world, and to gain a sense of certainty about how the world works, then this is no easy leap. It will seem as though you are being asked to pass through the keyhole. Of course, your mind will stop and argue for all the reasons why the door should be opened instead of remaining closed, making the task seem so much harder than it needs to be. But this is the mind in resistance. You are being asked to dance rather than understand, to lay the thoughts to rest, and to come alive. You are ready, you see, sweet soul dancer. You are ready to live beyond what you know. Wow, what a beautiful message to end this reading. In the extended version of the reading, just to recap, we will be channeling more on how this throat chakra block, especially involving a feminine and masculine energy, whether this is your internal masculine and feminine or an external situation, how this may be involving family, people around you, or potentially may have created a kind of delayed reunion situation. What is going on here? We will also be channeling what the masculine you are connected with, whoever I'm speaking to here, is consciously thinking and feeling about the feminine in this situation and about his life generally. I will also be channeling information on how this overall energy, both in love and in your life, will be shifting in the course of the next 3 months between now and December, and of course any other messages that come through, particularly love-related messages from both the feminine and masculine energies that may be involved here. So all of that is on Patreon, which again is linked in the pinned comments and description box under this video. I am wishing you all the most beautiful, magical rest of your day. I am sending you so much love wherever you are tuning in on the planet. Thank you for being a co-creator here on this channel along with me. I would love for you to leave me a comment and let me know if anything here resonated with you personally. And I just saw the number 3333 on the recording timer. A beautiful synchronistic number of alignment and mastery. And I hope that on that note, you have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you again in Friday's reading.